Hi, this is Gene. If this is the first time you're joining me, I am from Suntorr. I'm an independent engineer who really likes freeze drying. And I've learned a lot about it. So let's talk about how vacuum affects your freeze drying process. Why do you have vacuum in your chamber at all? Your system runs at vacuum because the lower the pressure, the lower the temperature. Temperature of what? We're talking about the temperature inside your product, in the ice core of your product, right? Because as your product dries, the ice core shrinks. Even though the product stays the same size, the amount of the size of the icy part gets smaller and smaller because it's drying from the outside in. But it's the ice core that will always stay at the vapor point. The vapor point is going to be that vapor, that temperature and pressure that's governed by the vapor point, right? So that vapor point is 202 degrees in Denver because the air pressure there is 212 degrees in Houston because of the air pressure there. And it's going to be minus 20 degrees C at 1 millibar in your vacuum chamber. That's your vapor point. That's the temperature of the ice. And this is really important stuff because that's where the drying is happening. If you can keep your temperature low, sub-freezing, during the entire drying process, that's what's going to keep really high quality in your product. It's going to preserve the structure, the color, all the nutrients, right? Tests that we saw recently are in excess of 98.5% nutrient retention. I mean, you probably lose more nutrients than that simply by breathing on it. So you get really good high quality product because you're drying it at such a low temperature. And what is it that creates that low temperature in the ice core on the product? It's the vacuum. So the vacuum is driving your temperature. It's not affecting how fast your freeze dryer is running. That's a big misconception. That's just how fast you add the heat, right? You have to add heat to boil. I did a whole video on it. I'll link below. It only affects the temperature. So if there's one thing to take away from this entire video, it's that to control the quality of your product, you need to maintain your pressure in your system below a certain point. And if you want to know what all those points are, it's different for every product. You can reach out to me. You can find my contact information at the end of this video in the links in the description, or you can contact me on my website, suntorr.com. So I hope you got some value out of this video. And until next time, happy freeze drying.